Hi, I'm Barbara. Welcome to this week's edition of Craft Corner Kits to Go. We're on week 6 of summer reading, and today our subject is squirrels. So I hope you'll work with me and make this cute little paper cup squirrel. To do this project, you're going to need a small cup that's white, and the ones that we're providing you have a little handle, which is really helpful when we make the tail. So that's kind of what you need. It'll be in your kit, and you're going to need paint to make a reddish brown color. I used yellow and red to make orange, and then I added a little brown to it, and I made this reddish brown color for my squirrel. You want to paint your cup and let it dry. I have two different ones that I've done here. I painted one and left a little white place for his face, and I've got another one that I just painted the whole thing. I really like the one that's the whole thing is painted because his eyes and nose and mouth show up, but you can get creative and do what you want, but let your cup dry. And then you're going to need some Google eyes, and you're going to need glue dots. I've got a template for you to cut out your pieces, and you're going to need some bits of craft foam. You're going to need brown, orange, and white. And the orange has got self-adhesive stuff on the back so that it sticks on easily. So that's your craft foam you're going to need. You're going to need a 6-inch piece of a feather boa orange, and that's 6 inches on the cord part, not on the feathers. Okay, and you're going to need a black marker and a pair of scissors. So after you've painted your cup and your cup is dry, then you want to set it down and fold these handles out. And you want to take a glue dot and go ahead and use a glue dot to make those handles stick together. So I put a glue dot on one handle and then make the other handle stick to it, so it sticks out like that. All right, completely opposite of this is where you're going to make your face for your squirrel. So you want to put your eyes about right here. And with that, remember I told you sometimes I just use one glue dot and break it in half. So that's what I'm going to do for my eyes. So a half a glue dot on each one. And find the front and give him some eyes. So there's your squirrel eyes. Now you need those little white pom-poms for his cheeks. And again, I'm going to take a glue dot and break it in half. And I'm going to just stick the glue dots on here, on the cup, so that they're not as hard to deal with. And so I put them right about where I want his cheeks to be, so you can see. And then I'm going to stick one glue dot, or one pom-pom, and then the other pom-pom. So there, he's got cheeks. Now we need a little pom-pom, either red or dark pink, or for the nose. So I'm going to take a half a glue dot for that one too. Maybe. And put that on the cup where you want the nose to go, and then stick the pom-pom on it. So then we have that. Now, with your kit, you're going to get a piece of white foam, a piece of orange foam, and a piece of brown foam. And you will cut your patterns, your template out. So you'll cut each one of these. So I have taken and cut out this, and I cut out my little square of white for his teeth. Now there's a little line right here, and you want to cut down that line too, but don't cut all the way across or your teeth will come apart. But I've cut the teeth so that I can spread them like that, so that I have two teeth with a little gap in it. So I'm going to take another piece of glue dot and break it in half and put it on my teeth, one on a half on each side, so that I can slip these up under his cheeks, right like that, and kind of spread them apart a little bit and then push down. And that way he's got teeth. Okay? Our next step is to cut out the template for the brown, and we're going to cut out feet and ears, the big ears out of the brown. And I'll show you how I cut these out. I don't bother tracing them. I just lay it on my brown and cut along the edge of what I cut out, so that I have the shape of the ear, and I'm all set. Now, I did the same with the pieces of orange, and these pieces are self-adhesive. So what I'm going to do is peel my adhesive off the back and lay them in the middle of the brown ear. Now notice I left a ridge down here. I left some brown all the way around and a ridge down here. This is so I can attach it to my squirrel, and you'll see in just a minute, because I want to put the orange on the other one. And I'm going to stick that onto my ear, and again I left some brown down here. Now I'm going to take a piece of glue dot, and I'm going to put, well, I'll take a whole one for this. I'm going to put it down here at the bottom of my orange, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to stick it right above his eye on the rim of the cup, so that I have my ear. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. Now he has two ears. Okay? So we're ready to do his feet. Now you've got a piece that you cut out of your brown, and he has toes, so we want to make a little toes at the end of his feet. With your marker, like that. And then take some glue dots, and right at the front here, put a piece on each side of your squirrel. And I make this stretch and be kind of long and skinny along the bottom of my cup, and I'm going to do that on both sides so that his feet are attached pretty well. So make it stick to the cup and not your fingers, and then set it over the top of your feet, and you've got feet for your squirrel. You can see. Okay? Now, he still needs his tail. That's where this comes in. So what I do with this is, right now it's a lot of feathers, but if you take your scissors and give it a little haircut and just cut the feathers off so that you still have this furry looking stuff that's underneath. And you could save these feathers for another project for another time. I'm going to put mine in a little snack bag and save them, because probably at Thanksgiving I can use these for a turkey or something, or maybe Halloween. I'm not sure, but I'm just setting that to the side. Then I want to take a glue dot and put it on the outside handle on one side, and on the outside handle on the other side. Then I'll take the bottom part of this feather boa and the end on the other side and bend it over and put it on the other side. So you have a folded piece of boa and you're squeezing them together on those glue dots. Then I'm going to take my scissors again, and any feathers that are still sticking out, I'm going to give a little haircut to. We got a big mess here, but in the end, you have a fluffy tail on a squirrel. So that's your Craft Corner Kits to Go project for today. And I want to remind you that you want to mark your incentive sheet and get that turned in so that we can give you tails, and at the end of this week we're going to pass out the prizes that go with the tails. Also, I want to remind you that this is the last week, so if you haven't turned in previous weeks, get them turned in so that we can figure out your tails and your prizes. And also on Friday, July 16th at 12 noon, we're going to have an outdoor Hannah the Hedgehog, or Hedgehog Hannah show, and she's going to bring some animals and you're going to get to see them, and they're going to be outdoors at the library. So put that on your calendar and make sure you come, and we will see you next week on our normal version of Craft Corner Kits to Go.